everybody. Welcome. All right.
Hi, Mary.
Go ahead. Yes, thank you, Mary. Mary just moved to Maine. I'm super excited about her new opportunities. Okay, we are continuing our talk today about building your business as a homesteader. But the thing that we are going to focus on today is the website, which is critical and crucial to building your homestead business. And I get to ask the questions, and Amelia's answering everything today. So I've got the easy job. Okay. So first question. All right. I know several people who've had this objection. Oh, wait, wrong page. Hold on. I really do know what I'm doing today. All right. Let me see. Oh, this was a good one too. These were the stats. Amelia actually handed them to me beforehand. So why is it that your homestead could be invisible to 81% of your potential customers? That's a huge, huge amount. So Amelia, answer that question for us.
So in the recent study, they actually found that 81% of people do research online before making a purchase. And they do that research on search engines like Google, Bing, and even ones like DuckDuckGo. So that's about 26 million people that are searching for businesses online. So if you don't have a website, you're completely invisible to more than 3/4 of your potential customers. I mean,
yeah. Okay, and so that's me. I am sure I'm like the majority of people. I do review stuff before I get on there. I mean, I Google businesses and stuff like that. And if I have to get to the second page, I usually stop. I usually just go to that first page and do it, which brings up another really good point. And Amelia was instrumental in helping me get this on my website. I'd had people write reviews or, send me texts or whatever and said, oh, I really like this or that or whatever. But I never did anything with them. And then Amelia was like, what, are you kidding me? Get this stuff out on your website. So now I'm collecting that stuff and actually putting it up on my website. So not only are we reviewing, but we should also, when people review us, catch those snippets and put them up on our website so that other people know what people are saying about us. So there's some more.
Because people will be willing to send you a message or text you or send you an email and say, oh, thanks so much. This was so helpful. I always love your support, all those nice things. And then if you send them a link to review you on Google or Facebook, it's a 50-50 chance of whether they post that. But if you ask, hey, can I post this on my website? 99% of the time, they'll say absolutely, because they already really want to support you. That's why they sent you an email, a text, or Facebook message to tell you how much they love you. So,
and that's true. And if you're like me, I felt super weird, like asking people for reviews and stuff like that. Even though they'd already told me, I was like, okay, that's really nice. Could you write it down so I can read it again? No, it was not that objection. But asking people, anyone that I've asked, I found they were very, very helpful. And like you said, supportive. And they didn't mind writing it down so that I could post it on my website. So yes, super important. All right, next question that I have for you. What if and this one comes up all the time. What if a homesteader has a Facebook page and not a website?
Well, this is actually, it might surprise you, but Google, Bing, other search engines like that, they actually don't look for new posts on social media pages very often. So even if you're super active on Facebook or Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, or another social media platform, you only have a teeny tiny chance of those posts showing up on one of the 8 billion searches that are on Google every single day. So if you have a website, on the other hand, that's optimized to be seen by these search engines, and you post articles, images, and other content that's related to your products and services consistently, you will be ranked higher on search engines because that's what they want. They want that consistent content, show that you're not just active all at once, you're active every single week. So that means if you're active, when people are searching for a product or service, there's a much bigger chance of someone stumbling upon your website than stumbling upon your social media page. So this drastically expands the number of people you're able to reach online with having a website. And if you don't have a website, you don't have to feel bad. You're not alone. A little less than half of the business owners who don't have a website said the number one reason why is because they think their business isn't ready for one or doesn't need one. Last week, we were talking about the Homestead Business Success Path. And if you missed that, there is going to be a link in the comments to that Facebook Live. But in a nutshell, in the first, to play with your goats, chickens out of pocket. And if you want to get to the second phase, you have to make your goats pay. And I recently found something that was really funny. This, ducks, how to make them pay. And this is, it sounds funny because it's all about how to be able to actually make ducks pay for themselves, not to make them pay for their crimes, you know.
Although when they would dig up my garden, I would like to make them pay for their crime.
So you need to start selling something, whether that's goats, goat milk, or your knowledge of how to raise goats. If you want to have a successful homestead business, you need a way to be found by customers. Even if you're just starting your homestead business, having a really good website will allow you to grow your sales faster and easier.
There was a thing when you talk about consistency, like I know how important that is for any business owner. And one of the podcasts that I listened to actually put it down into a mathematical equation, and it was C over T equals R. And so it was consistency over time equals results. And so it's just an easy thing to put up, for me to look at all the time, that consistency over time equals results. And sometimes it's really hard, especially when you've been doing it for a long time and you think really it's not making any difference. And then one day it does, and it's worth all the time.
So. Yeah, it's about, you have to remember whenever you're really fired up about marketing your business, take that and schedule it out. Make a plan, because that is going to have so much more results for you than just posting 20 posts in 5 days and then 1 or 2 every month after that. Because you're going to get busy. Working on a homestead, you have just a tiny bit of downtime here and there. And so if you use that and you actually create all of that content and then you schedule it out, you're going to see that benefit. You're going to get so much more results from your effort. So what objections do you hear the most when it comes to homesteaders talking about getting a website?
Me?
Yes, you.
Yeah. Okay. So the biggest one is time. It is pretty, what's the word I'm looking for? Overwhelming when you sit down and think about everything that has to go into a good website, and honestly, what a website does is it makes you think succinctly about your business and really make concrete decisions. It's easy on Facebook to kind of go, a little here, a little there, as far as content or pictures or whatever. And I know that because I've done that. And then when you take a website, you really have to think through, what do I want to be known for? And what are the products I want to sell? Or how do I want to present myself in the homestead community? So it does make you come up with answers, which if you're an avoider, that sometimes is overwhelming. The other thing too that can be a big one is cost. Facebook's free, but when you have to have a homestead or a website for your homestead, there is a cost that comes to it. And I know that some of it. And then the last objection probably I've heard, and I'm speaking these because these have been mine, is the keeping up with it, like keeping fresh content on it and maintaining it. I'm not a very good maintainer. And so maintaining a website can also be one of those things that people go, I just don't know. So those are my three.
What has been your personal experience having like a good website? How has that helped your business, and why do you think that's important for homesteaders to have a website?
My biggest thing for homesteaders having a website is a landing page. when you think about all the Facebook accounts that are out there, and right now especially, I'm just shocked from when I first started officially doing homestead stuff on Facebook in 2009 to where we are today in 2022. It is unbelievable to me in this last year, really since COVID, how many homestead Facebook pages, Instagram, all that stuff have popped up. It really is incredible because I was like a lone wolf way back, and not anymore. And so having a website is a concrete, it gives validity to my business, because a lot of the ones that have the Facebook accounts don't have that concrete website, which gives you authenticity and authority, especially if you have really good content that's on there. So go ahead.
Well, I really agree with you. I mean, 71% of small businesses have a website. So if there's a homesteader that doesn't have a website, the majority of their potential customers are going to actually find their competitors before they find that homesteader. And so the right website, a good website really gives you a chance to be found by the right audience. Like you said, it increases your credibility. I mean, 56% of people said they won't trust a business at all if they don't have a website. Mm-hmm. And it really, like you said, it gives you a chance to showcase your unique difference. It really gives you a chance to be able to succinctly think about what makes you different and what you're doing. So I think it's really critical to increasing sales and being able to grow your business. I mean, just having an online space that you have control over, mm-hmm. so that you can talk about your products and services, share about upcoming events, and connect with customers. Because, I mean, with social media nowadays, it's free to get started, but you're only going to be seen by like 5 to 10% of the people that like your page. Mm-hmm. Otherwise, you have to pay to be seen by the rest of them.
Yeah. Oh, those Facebook ads. The other thing too is I know putting up dates like of things that are upcoming, your own events, they live there for as long as you have them up there. And that's the thing that I liked. I don't have to keep promoting that because they're there. So people know to go to my website for information. It's a constant. It's just always there. Where on Facebook, it's or social media, you constantly have to be promoting whatever the events are that you're doing, to keep bringing them back in front of people because they get lost in all the ones that are out there. So I like it for the kind of holding all the things that I think are precious about my business or the things that make me unique. I like having that one place for them.
Yeah, I would say website is kind of like a virtual like farm stand. It's mm-hmm. always open. It's always selling your products and services to anyone that stops by. Mm-hmm. That's 24/7 a year. Yeah. So you don't just have to have something open during the summer. You can be selling things all the time. Mm-hmm. And like I said, if you have a website, you have a much better chance of being found by Google and Bing, especially if it's optimized to be seen by them. So that, to not get into the technical details, but that basically means that they have explained, this is how we prefer to get content, and this is what we say is a good website. So if you have a website that follows those guidelines, they're going to say this website is better and it is going to give a better experience for the person mm-hmm. that's searching on Google. So we're mm-hmm. going to show them first. Mm-hmm. And that's what people mean by SEO optimization. That's what they mean by that, is that it fits with the parameters that Google has laid out.
Right. And I think that dovetails beautifully into the fact that when you are able to put up all the pertinent information for your business and who you are and what you have to offer, it saves you time because you don't have to constantly be answering those questions. I mean, a lot of times I'll just refer people to my website and go, if you go to this section of it, it will answer all your questions. So it's not taking up my time to repeat over and over and over again the same information. So I do like the time saver. Yeah.
Well, it actually saves you time because as you get busier on a homestead business, your email, your inbox, your phone is going to be a lot busier too. And I know most homesteaders don't take their phone to the barn with them. I mean, between just mucking out stalls and accidentally dropping your phone, that's not fun, or having some mischievous goat take it out of your back pocket. I've heard of both of these things with people having to replace their phones. So you don't have to end up being glued to your computer or glued to your phone to answer those questions, because without a website, you're going to get a bunch of calls and emails, text messages, Facebook messages, what have you, about super simple things like what's your address? What's your hours? Is your product available? Do you have strawberries? Appointments, all those kind of things. And if you miss the call, they're going to go somewhere else because they need the solution to their problem right away. So you have a website, you have all that information available on there. They can schedule an appointment right on your website. You don't have to worry about missing a call or an email. You're not going to have that stress.
I think one other thing, and when you were talking about all this, is I think for me, the thing I love the most about my website, or any good website that's up there, it gives you the complexity of what you're doing. If you're posting, you get, unless you're doing multiple posts a day, which I don't have time for that. I'm lucky if I get one up a day. But when you see a post, that is like a quick second look into a window. But when you look at the website, you actually get to see the whole homestead in one spot. You don't have to scroll, you don't have to do anything, but you're at the farm or homestead, and you can see everything that's involved there. And you don't get that kind of insight on social media. You get one quick look into a window, a couple seconds a day, and that's it. And so I do like, if you're wanting to tell a story, if you're wanting to really let people know what you're trying to do business-wise, that website can tell that story. Facebook can't.
I 100% agree. Your website can basically be a virtual farm tour. And I have another statistic for you.
Oh, I love statistics.
75% of customers judge a business based on their website design. Just their website design, not their logo or anything like that. That they are going to judge on your website design. That's why it's so important to make sure it looks good, whether they're on a mobile phone, a tablet, laptop, desktop computer, because most people are going to be on their mobile phone, and your website might look good on your computer or your laptop, but if it doesn't look good on your mobile phone, 75% of people are going to think that the business isn't providing quality products because they're not investing in a good website. So that's a huge amount of people that are going to be judging that just on that website design.
Yeah. All right. So what do you have coming up on July 25th that you want to tell everybody about?
Well, you have invited me to talk about the essential pages that homesteaders need on their website. So if you are ready to start your website for your business, or you want to make sure that your website is going to be successful, you're wanting to update your website, we're going to be offering some great resources to make it easier to make your homestead self-sustaining. So go to cindyball.com/websites, and you can sign up for that webinar on July 25th. You'll also get a copy of Cyndi Ball's Homestead Walkabout Assessment from her book, Simplify Your Homestead, and a checklist from Small Town and Rural about the homestead business success path. So you can discover what the next steps are for moving your business forward, and also sign up for that webinar about the essential pages of a successful homestead website.
Great. I actually am super excited about it. Those of you that are on here, those of you that are listening to it, I cannot emphasize enough how important a website is. We've just seen all the ups and downs with social media, and I feel like that's what most people are relying on. It's a good add-on if you want to, but man, your core has got to be that website if you want to give people a place to land and really get to know you. So the webinar is free. We're super excited about it, and I really hope that you guys will sign up, and please share the posts that we're doing or the links for the YouTube for these talks that we're doing right now, because really by sharing, you're helping other people be successful. And that's why Amelia and I are here, and why I've asked Amelia to come on, because it is my greatest heart's desire to help other homesteaders be profitable. I know it's possible, and websites are one of your key parts of making that happen. So anyways, Amelia, did you want to close with anything else?
Well, be sure to join us next week. We are going to be going over the 5 reasons why other homesteaders might have more sales than you. So that is 5 things you can do to get more sales on your homestead. And again, these are all completely free because we both really believe in helping homesteaders to be more successful.
Yay! Well, I hope you guys all have a super day. Do give this some more thought. Mary Beebe, I see your comment on here. And yes, I'm definitely coming up to Maine to visit you. And so take advantage of the free stuff that we're giving to you today. And we will see you all next week. Thank you all so much. Bye-bye.